overthinking, it doesn't sound so bad. I mean, thinking is a good thing, right? The problem with overthinking is that it steals our happiness. So when we overthink, we feel stressed, we feel anxious, we become, our judgments become cloudy, and therefore we end up spending way too much time on negative mode. And while we are set on negative mode, we overanalyze, we worry, we imagine the worst that can happen. Our brains just get filled with junk, and before too long, it just feels like our brain is done. And that is just not healthy for any of us. So I'd like to share with you a few things that I have found helpful to free myself from overthinking. The first thing is that we become aware, that we acknowledge that we're overthinking. And a lot of times I could catch myself when I began feeling stressed, angry, frustrated, upset, doubting myself. Those were all keys to let me know that, okay, you're overthinking this, Martha, just chill out. And it is difficult to chill out, but I'm hoping that with these tips that I'm giving you today, it will help you. So acknowledge the situation that you're in and how you're responding, and then just focus on the change that you want to make, okay? Secondly is to realize that in many cases, overthinking, it's caused by fear. We tend to focus mainly on all the things that could go wrong, what might happen, rather than on all the things that could go right. So we forget that, things actually go right sometimes, because we're on negative mode, and in negative mode everything is bad and everything doesn't turn out. But really it does if you let it and acknowledge that. So thirdly, it can be helpful to distract ourselves from overthinking, kind of distract ourselves into happiness, if you will. For myself, I really enjoy music, and I like to play my music loud, and I like to dance, though, I don't like anybody watching me dance, but I like to dance and read and write and paint, and those are things that I find helps me. The trick is to distance yourself from all the issues that are getting you into overthinking long enough so that you can shut down the overanalysis, okay? Another piece of advice is to put things into perspective. We often make things bigger and more negative than they actually are, and that is not helpful for us. So, but what I found worked for myself was I would ask myself, will this matter in 5 years? And I just found that by asking that question, it kind of put things into perspective, and I stopped feeling so panicked all the time. Also, stop waiting for perfection. This was a huge one for me. Um, it took me a while to realize that the moment that I would say, this needs to be perfect, was the moment that I started freaking out. I was wrapped up in that everything needs to be perfect, I need to be perfect. And so I needed, in order to stop overthinking and to have happiness, I needed to let go of perfection and gain progress. No matter how slow I went, as long as I was moving forward, I felt that that was a good thing. So I hope that you can do the same, because freeing yourself of overthinking comes with letting go of perfection. And then I decided that I needed to accept myself, and I needed to accept my best. So the fear I felt was basically based on the feeling of not being good enough. And so once I was able to accept myself as I am, flaws and all, the overthinking kind of became less and less. So once I given my once I had put my effort into everything the best I could, then I could just relax and know that it was, I done the best I could, so it's over, done with. And I also, my best, it's ever changing due to physical and mental health. But I can accept that now, and I know that some days are going to be better than others, and that is perfectly okay. And so that makes a huge difference when you're trying to stop overthinking and reclaim your happiness. Lastly, be grateful, okay? You cannot have a regretful thought and a grateful thought at the same time. It's just not possible. So if you're busy being grateful about things, you don't have time to think to the past or worry about the future. Overthinking happens to all of us, so I'm hoping that this video will help you. It worked. The things that worked for me, I hope will work for you, to help you ward off negativity and turn it into something positive and useful and effective. I hope that you found these tips helpful. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, let people know about my videos, and I thank you for your support.